You're welcome to Wellness Wave. Wellness Wave is an event that helps us to connect with each other's needs and our well-being. And today is a special edition based on World Mental Health Day. So our event today is titled Nigerian Stress Check plus Community Reset. Mental health is so important, and that was why the World Health Organization recognizes the 10th of October every year as World Mental Health Day. And because of that, I am doing this event to remind us all one more time how important our mental health is. Often it is overlooked, but then mental health is an aspect of our well-being that allows an individual to be able to cope with stress and to be able to achieve his or her maximum potential, contributing to the society, to the community, and to be able to work productively. It is so important, and that is why the World Health recognized it as a day to be remembered every October 10th, which is actually tomorrow. But my Wellness Wave is on Thursday, and that is why I'm doing this special event. And for our information, it's going to be a 30-minute event. It's going to be brief, concise, and very interactive. So kindly let me know where you're joining from, your name, and your time zone. So our mental health is very important. Why does it matter? Because it's an aspect of our health. Yes, we go all out of the way to care for our physical well-being, spiritual well-being. So the same should apply to our mental health, which is actually our brain health. Now, stress is posing a lot of challenge to mental well-being all over the world, and in Nigeria, yes. Nigeria, we have some special things to look at. The rising level of stress in Nigeria over the past 2 decades is lamentable. And this is all because of stressors like the economy, our lifestyle, social pressure that challenges each and every one of us every day. So today is about awareness plus collective reset. I hope you're with me on this journey. Let's dive in. Let's start by recognizing some common stressors or some common things that cause stress, not just in our country, Nigeria, but all over the world. Yes, we have job insecurity, we have financial pressure created by poor economy for most of the time. We have traffic issues plus urban noise. Most times when we are commuting to work or at different places of interest, even school children to school, they spend an unusually long time in the traffic and they get to school or to work stressed up. Also, social expectations is a common cause of stress. So, if you are with me on this call, let me know in the comment section which factor that I failed to mention that is also a cause of stress to you as an individual. I'd like to hear from you as usual. So we have job insecurity, financial pressures, urban commuting, traffic jams, social expectations. Now, what you feel, the symptoms that comes with stress usually are fatigue, unexplained fatigue. You find yourself waking up in the morning and you're feeling tired as if you've already done some work. This is a very clear symptom of fatigue. Also, sleeplessness is there. Many of us lie on our bed after the hard day's work. We are tossing from one corner of the bed to the other. The sleep is not coming because we are all stressed up. Worry is also there, withdrawal is there, irritability is there. And these are really not funny, especially for people who are busy executives. You know, when you are irritable, you can't be able to do a productive work at your place of work. So this calls for our attention, and that is why we are going to have a quick check here. What do we need to do as an individual every day of our life? Let me call this the Nigerian stress check. So every day, try to do this. Assess yourself. Mentally assess yourself. Ask yourself, how stressed am I feeling right now? Even while you're here on this call, listening to this event, I'd like you to help me to know your stress level. Are you at minimum, medium stress level, or is it high? Is it very high or is it low? Kindly put in the comment section so that I'll know that you are all here with me. Even when you're watching the replay of this event, when you get to this point, let me know your stress level at the particular point you are right now. Is it low? Is it medium? Is it high? Is it very high? Please drop it in the comment section. I'd like to know. Do this appraisal as often as possible so that it will help you to know where you are on your stress check. I would also like you to do it when you find yourself a bit tense up. Ask yourself, am I really on the high pedestal of stress, or is it still minimum, medium, or is it very low? You need to find out, check and find out, honestly tell yourself where you are. It will help you to manage your issues better. So after doing the stress check, which is something you do by yourself, you can even write it down. What is this? Community reset. Why should the community be involved in this? The reason is because stress is not just a personal matter. It is a collective matter. And why do I say that? Most times, some things that stresses us are common to people around us, people in the community, people at our place of work. It is the same factor that is causing stress. Take, for instance, if there is a pandemic, everybody is involved and everybody passes through stress because of the pandemic. Hence, the response, the attitude we exhibit towards each other reflects this stress. And so we are calling for a community reset in management of stress. Community support is very key. Shared healing. It can come from all our collective effort because stress is not personal. It affects everybody. It's a collective issue. Together we can reduce the pressure if we look at it as a community effort. And that is why I'm calling for a community reset in our trying to manage stress so that we'll be in our best of mental health. So, what are some things that are expected for us to do? First of all, we have some toolkits to reset ourselves. For individuals, maybe you can check my last event, last week Thursday. I shared a lot of tools that we can use to manage stress. Tools like the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique, the breathing exercise. These are things that we can do as an individual when we find ourselves under stress, maybe medium stress or high stress. We can quickly tap into these tools and use it to reset and be in a better frame. Yes, take deep breath, take pauses. Maybe you can walk out of the table, your office table, take a walk for maybe just 2 minutes. Yes, you can even stretch out on your table. Stand up, sit down, try to do something that will alleviate that stress immediately. As I said, check my last video so that you can come to terms with some of the tools that you can equip yourself when you find yourself under stress. Then also to help us to reset on our stress level, exercise is very key. Yes, exercise, you mustn't hit a gym. It mustn't be the high intensity interval trainings. It can be just medium exercises, workouts that we can do privately from the comfort of our home in case we can't be able to get to the gym to do that. There are exercises that we can do from the comfort of our home. This can help us to alleviate stress as individuals. Also, adequate nutrition is very key. Sleep is a factor. These are individual efforts that we can put in place to help us to reset in the presence of stress. I hope you're following me. Please let me know in the comment section. I hope everybody is hearing me very clearly. Then, another tool is to talk about it. Whatever that is stressing you, don't bottle it up. Share it. Remember, stress is a collective effort. It's a collective effect. So everybody can contribute. Talk about it. Don't bottle up. The more you let out, the more you'll be able to manage your issues. And the better you can be in coming to terms with handling your stressful conditions. Then as a community, we need to create safe places for conversations. What do I mean by this? Some people might need just somebody to hear them out. It might be in the office setting. If you're a boss in your office, create a safe environment, an empathetic environment that the employees in the organization will feel free to air their views, let go of their issues, talk about it. They shouldn't bottle up. Creating safe places for conversations are very, very key. Even in other institutions, apart from the health sectors, safe places help us to share our burden, talking to one another, letting go, releasing the weight we are carrying. These are things we can do to reset. Then also we should think about peer support, mentorship programs. Yes, a mentor can help you to cope when you are really, really, really down. So if you're on this call and you don't have a mentor, somebody that you can always reach out to when you're down, when you're stressed up, you should look at it. It is very, very key. Talk with your mentor, seek for peer support. Even in some living environments, in some living neighborhoods, there are places that people can sit out, like a park. Reach out there, share your feelings with somebody sitting next to you, just to help you to reset. And this is working at stress as a community. It is not just going to be a personal effort. We need to work as a community to get it right. Then workplaces should also be flexible. Yes, it mustn't be so much, it mustn't be work all the way. One of my bosses told me about an employee that demanded for a snooker board in the office, that it's something that will help him to reset when he's highly stressed. Indeed, initially it sounded funny, but eventually the snooker board was set up in the office, and that employee on the long run was one of the most productive employee that he had. Now to come to think about it, how would you feel if an employee tells you he needs a snooker board in the office? Will you not feel that he's not a serious-minded person? On the contrary, that person knows what will help him to reset. So community effort is needed here. Workplace should be flexible. It mustn't be work, work, work all the way. It should be flexible. I hope you are getting value from this event so far. Kindly let me know in the comment section. So, what are the small practices that can make a big change in our lives when we are talking about managing stress? Yes, take mental breaks in your day. Mental breaks could be just maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Break away from that demanding cycle where you find yourself so stressed up. Maybe after a board meeting, an office meeting, You can take a walk outside, taking some fresh air. If there's a garden around your office, you can walk around, maybe just for a few minutes and come back to the desk and continue the work. Mental breaks are very key. They help. And like I said, they are small practices that gives us a big change in our lives, especially when we are talking about our mental health. Then create digital quiet time. We have to break away from our digital our devices most times, because these things, interestingly, have become a part and parcel of our lives. Yes, we can't do without them. We even work with them. We are almost with them all day. But let us learn to create digital quiet time, which are down times where we put away our devices, keep them out of reach. We can get all the missed calls later, we can answer to the emails later, and even the messages. But let's make out these quiet times for us to reset mentally. Then also celebrate small wins. Yes, small wins can lift you up most times. Most times, the thing that makes a difference in our lives are not even the big, big things that don't always come often, but those small, everyday things, like you've responded to the emails you have for the day, that's a win. You can celebrate it. Cheer yourself up, take a sip from your water bottle, and really cheer yourself up. Then, let's not forget to check on one another. It is a community effort that we're talking about here. So check on one another. It is all part of the small practices that can really create a big change. So I think you're having a lot of value from this event. Thank you so much for joining. So today's reset is actually a commitment for everybody listening to this call. Let me know one thing you will do to lower your stress. Just drop it in the comment section right now or anytime you're listening to this event. Tell me one thing you will do to lower your stress. Then one thing you do to support someone else who is passing through stress. So, as a community, let us make a commitment to doing this. Think about it. What is one thing you do to lower your stress? Remember, when you successfully lower your stress, you'll be in the right frame of mind. Your productivity will be at top notch. You'll be able to communicate better. You'll be able to carry out your due diligence, your duties effectively to yourself. And at the end of the day, you have a general sense of well-being. Tell me one thing you would like to do to lower your stress, and one thing you would like to do to support someone else who is undergoing stress. So we are gradually coming to the end of the event today. I hope you're getting value from our Wellness Wave event today. If you are, let me know in the comment section. I'm always watching out for your comments. Thank you so much, Grace. I appreciate you. Henry, it's nice having you on this call. Thank you so much. So on a final note, before I'll take your questions, I'd like to tell you this. Mental health is not a luxury. It is a foundation of a thriving Nigeria. Not just Nigeria, any country all over the world. Mental health is not a luxury. It is the foundation of a thriving Nigeria. So, no matter whatever our stressors might be, as individuals, as members of a unique community, we should remember that mental health is not a luxury. It is our right to be in the best frame of mind mentally. Together, let's choose to reset over burnout. Thank you so much. We have gradually come to the end of the event for today. And like I promised you from the onset, it is an event that is special to us because tomorrow is World Mental Health Day. So we've looked at the stress check, that we should embark on as individuals in our unique country, Nigeria, and indeed anybody listening to me from anywhere you are, any part of the world you are. We have looked at individual things that stresses us, finances, economy, commuting, ill health, yes, ill health, and a lot of other factors. And we have looked at what we can do to check ourselves, to gauge our level of stress, and then the tools we need to reset ourselves, first as individuals, then as a community. And don't forget, mental health is indeed a community effort. It is something that we should all commit to getting involved with. And like I promised you, these events will be coming on regularly now. I have a lot of topics lined up for the rest of this year. So thank you so much for joining us today. And I look forward to seeing you next time, next week this time. So do you have any questions for me? Yes, I'm watching out for your question. Imaetel, thank you so much. Life has forced me to take mental break, and I really appreciate it because it's something I rarely do. I'm happy that you actually realize this while you still have time to work on it. So keep it up, please. Is there any question for me? Victoria Temitope, thank you so much. I appreciate your insightful comments. Boss Isdo Ogunjofo, thank you so much. You're ready for the next episode? Yeah, I'm routing from all over here for you. Join us in the next episode coming next week. Thank you so much for this, making out time to join this event. I'm still searching for any question here. I can't see any question. Okay, I would also like to say on a final note that you can reach out to my LinkedIn and follow my LinkedIn page for everyday tips on our health and our well-being, because I am a passionate preventive healthcare expert. I like handling things before they even show up in the first place. And mental health has become a current passion that I'm encouraging everybody to look into. Thank you so much for joining in this event. I am still your host, Nkechi Ogunjiofo, and I look forward to having another insightful event, this time next week. Looking forward to having everybody in attendance once again. Enjoy the rest of the day. From here is goodbye. In case you have any question, please drop it. I'll still attend to it, maybe on a personal level now, since there is no question coming up here. So thank you so much for joining, and see you same time next week for yet another topic that you get to know later on in the week. Bye.